up, my little tattletales? And what's up, Sussex Squad? Welcome to part 2, 3, whatever you're on, about the way old Met Scooby is shaking the table. Y'all, Harry and Meghan are done hiding in the shadows. They have gone on Raw. Their sources have, and they always said if you hear anything coming from them, it came directly from them. If anybody said Sussex sources, their sources have gone on record and given Omed Scooby what you want, what you want, what you want, what you need. There are bombshell insight, including what happened during the Queen's when she passed away. Now we're go ahead and watch that video, because what Omed Scooby spilled. Woo. However, now we're going to talk about the way Omed Scooby has confirmed that William is a PAB, right? He quietly cooperates with the media to undermine Harry. Forget about this secret thing. He has gone on record in a biography saying William is the ops. William is jealous. He is petty. He's vindictive. And he is Harry's biggest hater. Woo, grab some popcorn. We're getting into this. And also the way he's obsessed with the Sussex life in California. But listen to this tea, because it gets deeper than what you thought. Nearly a year after Spare's publication, absolutely nothing has changed, Omed writes. Okay. In fact, the hurt and anger between the two brothers over the Prince of Wales and future king of the other, the Prince of Wales, future king, and the Duke of Sussex, the future king of everybody's hearts, has now hardened into something colder and more immovable: indifference. Listen, William was always on this, and I'm glad, honestly, Harry had Meghan by his side, because the funny thing is, Harry only had two options with William: get a paltry salary and always be William's like punching bag, because you know William is not going to stop tending those rose bushes. So he's going to keep throwing Harry underneath the bus and not find love, or find somebody that's just like horrible for him so they can feed that information. Because here's the thing. I know with Meghan and there was first and all this other stuff, but I think whoever Harry married, that union was going to be doomed. Now, Meghan was extremely vile what they did, but I think they were always going to do that. And Harry actually wised up and got out before William had complete control of his life, because it would have went from Harry's children. I mean, from Harry to Harry's children. Anyway, right? Harry said in a spear, listen. So Omed said, I saw Harry's release of Spear as his last attempt at telling his family how he felt for years. Okay? Because clearly there's never been an open enough forum to have these conversations or share these feelings. That's right. Blow that house up. You can't dismantle the master's house with his own tools. Anyway, right? The royal family, of course, is not known for focusing on its feelings, but in Endgame, Old writes that perhaps more than at any other point in history, the family is ignoring its own internal factors, right, at its own peril. Because part of the buy-in from the British public is that the royal family is the nation's family. And yet, William, the heir to the throne, has prioritized his loyalty to the monarchy, even quietly cooperating with the UK press to undermine Harry, right? Kensington Palace said no comment. And writing Endgame, he said, I was talking to a source quite early on in the process, and they called Harry a defector and said that was William's view. These were two men that once upon a time were firmly aligned in their outlook. One of them had to move on to also protect the crown. There's a real chance here to learn and adapt to modern society and also make up for mistakes of the past. It's their move. Even if the monarchy endures, the question remains on whether sacrificing brotherly bonds was worth it. These are probably sad realizations that will be had far too late in the journey. In the eyes of some within the institution, Harry is a threat to the crown. His freedom to exert his own thinking outside of the confines of the institution has made him the enemy. That is why for the brothers, he says, there is no going back. The funny thing is, I understand why William feels that way. Please be real. I'm not agreeing with them. When you are king or queen, it is the luck of birth. You could be the best, the most fair, the most kind, the smartest person, the most beautiful, the most handsome. Or you could be a blundering fool. You could be someone that went bald at the age of 25. You could be someone that married a wife, right? You really don't know what you're going to get. So when somebody is king, everybody must bow down. If you have other shining lights, this problem with the monarchy shining, it makes the monarchy, the power look small. So part of your job is to crush others and defeat others and use them to sit on their shoulders to make yourself artificially big. Look at William in the Singapore Prize. William is still thinking old wise, right? Because we're now laughing at him like, ha ha ha, nobody came to your stupid Singapore thing and you look like an idiot. But William is playing the long game, being like, I don't care what you guys think. I just want to make sure that when my pictures are printed in the history books, they see me at the Earthshot Prize and it will be in history books. They're playing to the history books, just like they're paying, in my opinion, to the racist British audience. The only problem is, and this is the end game, William hasn't realized, baby, those history books, this one-way flow of information, that is over. You will never be as respected. Do you think as your ancestors? Because we will be able to see the truth. And if William, but whatever, I don't want to give them any tips. Burn that monarchy down. So get this. This is William's thoughts on Meghan and Harry after the Queen passed away. William believes Harry and Meghan blindsided his family, even the Queen, with their public complaints and their California self-importance, an opinion he's repeatedly voiced in various ways to friends and aides in the past 2 years. So let me get this straight. William, that always has his hand out, open, begging for American money, wants us to know that he is dogging out Harry because he's so Californian. This is what I mean about this. The fact that they insult Americans constantly like it's nothing and then act like, oh my God, they really honestly think, like, we already sent your butts packing. We already had a war and dumped your tea into the ocean. We do not like the monarchy. We literally went to war against the monarchy. We hate the idea of the monarchy. Do William realize that every American child, you learn your colors, you're learning to read, you learn to tie your shoes, and you learn that the British monarchy ain't ish. And if we had our chance again, we would literally tar and feather them. Unbelievable that they like. Do you have been to a history class? Hopefully, when Kate comes for her early years tour, and I know she will, hopefully one of the second graders reads to her an American history book to learn what we're actually training our kids and indoctrinating. Anyway, right? Taxes and we hate the monarchy. They're actually intertwined. That is what every American child is anyway, right? Okay, so get this. He's convinced Harry's been brainwashed. William, you should hope you get brainwashed. Maybe you might actually look better by an army of therapists. William says he no longer even recognizes his own brother. We don't recognize you. William with hair, William without hair. Oh, there's more. As for how he feels about Spears, this is the funny part. As for how he feels about Spear since the release of Spear, a source close to the prince, William's on record leaking. There's a huge amount of anger there. He feels betrayed and sad about the situation, but he also doesn't agree with the things his brother feels he's done. He feels he's lost Harry and doesn't want to know this version of him. The version, countered a Spencer family source, Diana's family's coming out to play, is simply Harry being a man who has stepped outside of the institution and sees things in a different light. They will never see eye to eye at this point. They're completely opposite sides. That won't change. In May, Harry made a brief appearance at the coronation of his father, King Charles, but was not invited to join the family on the palace balcony. Meghan and the children stayed home. As the Duke left California May 5th for King Charles's coronation, a decision he made because it was the right thing to do to support his father on such a big day, his emotions were a world away from how he felt landing in London with knots in his stomach for the Platinum Jubilee just a year ago. So Harry is like, don't care. Harry's over it. They said though he hasn't found closure with his family, he's accepted that things are unlikely to change, particularly with his brother, who refuses to even properly talk to him. As Harry later explained to a friend, I'm ready to move past it. Whether we get an apology or accountability, who knows? Who really cares at this point? Y'all, it's done. It's a wrap. William has no more power over Harry. You know what the funny thing is? I could see William trying to spend the rest of his reign when he finally takes over at 66, right? Um, Trying to ruin Harry's life. Unfortunately, it's oh so California, William. You have no power. Anyway, you guys, listen. There's going to be more things dropping. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, baby. Woo! When when this drops, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're doing book club. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.